Joe is, of course, on the council and is running for mayor in Utica. There's this issue over a 2% kickback to the taxpayers, and there's confusion.
There is confusion because I guess I thought when you came in this morning, you were going to say, "Don't give the money back
put it to the
taxpayers." Right? Put it to the paving.
I think
put it
that's
to something
why you're confused.
else.
Right? Yeah.
Right. But here's what you're saying. You're saying, go ahead, move forward with the 2% tax reduction.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, in future years, you got to make that revenue up. Right? That's
Correct.
your concern.
100%.
So what does it matter if it comes out of the one-time building sale, which was, we'll say it's $400,000 for whatever it is?
Sure.
Why does it matter if it comes out of the one-time building sales pot or if it comes out of the city reserves pot? Either way, it's the city's money. So I don't understand why you're kind of explaining, take it from here now, and then you can put it back in there. Like, what does it matter?
Sure. The reason it matters is, number one, the first answer to the first question is we're never going to have that building sales pot again.
Right.
That pot's going to be empty.
But it all goes to general fund, right? I don't mean to say general fund. It
I know
all
what you
goes
mean.
to the city's coffers. It's not like there's a shoebox on the mayor's desk that's got X amount of dollars in it, and he just he selectively chooses, I'm going to pay these bills with this money versus these bills with this money.
Can I just add here? So basically, this is an accounting issue more than anything else. It's procedure. So while it is okay to take money from savings and use it, it is not okay. It is not kosher to do it in the way that the mayor is proposing that it
Let's
be done.
take it in round numbers. We have a $72 million budget. Let's say the tax relief was $1 million.
Okay.
Just for round numbers, right?
Yep.
So we make $72 million one year. We spend $72 million the same year. This year we're spending $1 million of that dollars on a tax relief program. Still have $72 million in expenses. One of that $1 million of expenses is a tax relief program. We're spending $1 million on buying votes. My opinion.
Okay.
Okay? So of that $1 million and 72 still in expenses and revenue, we're never going to have that $1 million back. So next year we're going to have $72 million in expenses and only $71 million in revenue. Where are we going to get that $1 million from?
No, but I guess here's where I get confused and why I disagree, because you just said, to use round numbers, your example, $72 million in expenses includes the $1 million you're giving back to taxpayers. So the following year,
right? But the revenue side we won't have back. $72 million in expense, $72 million in revenue. $1 million of it is to buy votes. $1 million of it is for the property sales. How are you going to buy those votes next year? We're not going to have those property sales again. So we're going to be $1 million short.
but you're not going to have another 2% tax reduction. So that
But you are.
If
but
you're
you
considering it an expense, doesn't that come off the books?
But you
too?
are. See, that's the thing that people, and I think most people do. That $1 million 2% tax break is going to happen every year forever.
You're right, because the tax levy is lowered.
So what my fear?
Okay, I understand that.
So what my fear is that next year they're not going to do it the right way. So I can't count on me winning. I do believe I'll win. I believe that everything's going to go well, and I believe that we'll be able to really move forward. But I don't count on politics. I count on procedure. And whoever the mayor is next year, they're going to have to make that $1 million up. I don't believe they'll make it up by using the savings account. I believe that they'll ask for the money back from the taxpayer. So to protect from that, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Okay, he just explained it,
sense.
and you're right. But then why do you support then giving that $1 million out or
Because
that 2% out?
Yeah, good question. Because I do believe that we overtaxed people in the past. So why not give them something? Why not give them? Just protect them against politics.
But if you're going to give it
You're
back,
creating
you can't.
future holes, though.
If
you're
gonna,
right, but I guess you're
right. But I'm taking some of that hole and filling it with the ill-gotten gains of old excess
What is
taxes.
the requirement of money that has to be in the quote-unquote savings account, the fund balance?
So we have
what's the requirement?
Requirement is 3%.
What does Utica currently have?
We have about 9% right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying that what is the limit? Because I believe there's a limit. You can only hold so much money in reserve.
The state says you can. The state says you can actually have too much savings at one point.
Right.
So we're butting up against that. I mean, it's in the 11%.
What is the percentage? Do you know what it is?
I don't know exactly. It's
Okay.
like 11 or something like
Okay.
that. But there becomes.
But you're not there yet. However, you think that there's too much in reserve. We don't need that much in reserve.
Not too much. There's plenty in reserve. We've overtaxed people. So by taking $600,000, we're going to be just fine still with our reserves.
And by lessening that amount, as long as you don't go near that 3%, you're not going to hurt your bond rating. You're not going to
look. If the mayor ever comes out and speaks on issues ever, and God, I pray he does. He'll say, if you take 38 cents out of there, we're going to go bankrupt tomorrow. He says it about everything that I've ever done in 8 years. So I'm telling you, based on my skill and my foresight in government budgeting in the 8 years that I've been doing it, I am certain that having 7% is just fine for our bond rating. You know, again, the bond rating just means, can we pay our bills back? Mm-hmm. We can, right? So we're doing well in that regard. This will not hurt anything. I mean, look, the other side is naturally going to tell you that we will. I'm telling you that we've got ill-gotten gains. We've taken more money than we should over time from people. Let's give some of it back.
And what do you say to the person when we're criticizing giving this 57 cents per thousand back to the taxpayers? It's going to be a measly $50.
Look, I always say, and what Sam has done, that's why I was saying to you, she has made a wonderful point, and I look forward to debating it because it is a good point, and I give her a lot of credit and the nerve to do that because it is the right thing, a right thing to do. Yeah. I believe that mine is a right thing to do too, so we'll debate it.
Not that $600,000 is going to change the world for paving either.
But it might because, you know, $600,000 can get a mile of road done from the ground up or multiple miles of road done if they're just surface problems. So it really could. What you could do with $27 and what we as a city could do with $600 is immeasurable. So, I mean, it is every which way that this budget went was poorly planned. Every which way.
So you would be okay with it going into paving?
Yeah, if the council decides that that's the way to go, I'd be absolutely willing to stand with her on that.
All right, and then I want to, based on the paving, you brought up something the above and below the surface.
Yeah,
and you feel that and we talked a little bit with Samantha about this yesterday, that the cold patch is just putting a Band-Aid on the situation.
Yeah,
explain your thoughts on that and the initial paving plan that you had. What that did it look into the ground? Did it look under the surface? Did it look and say, hey, this problem over here, this street is having a problem because the sewer system is collapsing underneath?
Yeah, do you have 45 more minutes for me?
No.
I mean, geez. So we put out a paving plan to spend more money, but in that plan, it was an actual plan to do things the right way. Instead of, like, we were doing $2 million before, I wanted to do $5 million. We were supposed to get a full engineer report of every road, whether or not there was geological problems, because if the ground is cracking, then the concrete will crack, and then the surface will crack. We were supposed to have all of that, and then even further, we were supposed to release it to the public, to hold the government's feet to the fire, to say if Garden Road should be done in 2024, sorry, Utica government, it's got to be done in 2024, not to look at a list and just do it the wrong way. So what we're doing is, Mark Williamson uses a good term, we're putting lipstick on a pig. You know, I mean, we're not paving roads the right way.
Can't imagine he would say that.
He's also said a self-licking ice cream politician. I never heard that one before, and I'm still looking at it. If you want to be confused, talk to Mark Williamson for a few minutes. I love that guy. But he's right. We're still not doing it the right way, and it's because, in my opinion, my opinion only, it's vindictiveness because it wasn't his idea, and that's why he vetoed it. The mayor put out a plan to patch and repair.
Well, to be honest, that's what Samantha said yesterday.
Because he had an $800,000 patch plan, and because it wasn't his patch plan, and we put out a plan that I think was more valuable and pertinent to the taxpayer, and then the council agreed, he is doing it the wrong way, and I believe on purpose. I believe he's doing it the wrong way on purpose. Now, I could be wrong. I say I believe because it's just me. But I am certain that we have availability to put out a roads list, all the roads, all 210 miles for 15 years, to tell people when your road's going to be done.
Yeah.
He won't release it because he doesn't want to have to say, well, you know, look, I was supposed to do this road in 2020, but I got to give this guy a favor. So if I don't give that guy a favor and the people think I'm going to do that, I'm going to get in trouble. So he won't release it. Be transparent. Tell people.
The other problem is that if you have to be willing as a mayor, as a politician, as a council member, to say that when this ends up getting done, someone else is going to get credit for it because I will no longer be in office.
But that's the thing, though. It's a 15-year plan. I don't care who you are. You can change the term limits all you want. I mean, unless he plans on winning and then going another 3 years. I mean, he would have had to give someone else credit. So it's not about credit. It's about people's taxes money being spent the right way.
Does this answer your question?
Thank you for staying to explain it.
I'm glad to.
I appreciate it, the way you worded it, and then you're right, because obviously you're reducing the property tax levy, so you're going to get less income. I get that. I appreciate explaining it. I think, in my opinion, Sam is right. Keep the money and do something with it.
I would agree with that, too,
could be.
to be honest. Now, I do want to, and the listeners are going to have to decide, is it that Jeff didn't understand or Joe didn't explain it properly?
I think it's me.
There you go.
I think it's
me. I'm just saying.
It could be that I didn't understand.
I'm just saying the listener will decide. Joe Marino, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for the time. I always love coming in.